Each time, you have a new apprentice, for example, someone new wants to learn, right? It's like having a new relationship.
Apart from teaching them at the craft, you need to understand them as a person, talk to them about their personal problems, what they face that affects the work and all. So it's just not about teaching them as a teacher. It's a personal friend as well.
I got into tattooing like really early when I was really young, about like 16 or 17 years old. Like watching MTV, like my favorite bands, like having a lot of tattoos and stuff. Just really got me really interested in tattooing. Then I really wanted full sleeves and then like neck tattoo and stuff, but then how am I going to get a job if I have so many tattoos? So I was just thinking like, maybe I can give tattooing a shot. I got my first tattoo done by this guy. It was an almost exact copy of Travis Barker's tattoo. Yeah, it's just a word hope, like quite hopelessly done. Yeah, so I got it covered up like many years later by Joseph. During the session, when he was covering it up, then I asked him just randomly like, hey, you want to teach me tattooing? Then he was like, yeah, why not?
I started tattooing about 20 years ago. Yeah, back then there was no social media or internet that could teach you how tattoo is being done. So I picked up on my own and tattooed on myself and friends, and that's how I started tattooing. When I was 18 years old, I got my first tattoo from Peninsula. Back then there wasn't like much choices of studio in Singapore, so there's only these few pioneers around. Most of the design are chosen off the wall. It's a template design. Back then was a little bit tougher because tattoo is not mainstream. So everything you do, people tend to stigmatize you. I was bringing home different strangers into the house and tattoo them in my room. So my parents wasn't really happy about it until I got into a proper studio and learned a proper way into this trade.
According to my mentor, I couldn't even draw the difference between an apple and orange in the beginning. Whenever I draw something wrong, he would just crush the paper and throw it at me.
I mean, drawing is a very important factor. From tribal wording to drawing portrait and drawing new school stuff.
I definitely am one of those that thought like, wow, they're very cool. Only draw on skin, how hard can it be? Everyone in the industry all human. I'm also human, they can do it, I also can try. But no, and not like that at all. I definitely cried a couple of occasions too. He's seen it.
He wanted to quit halfway through as well. I persuaded him to stay. Yeah, because I see the potential in him,
黑一点呢？
不用啊，够黑了。
这能动哎，
够黑了。
60% of my body is done by him.
I don't allow my apprentice to touch me, except for a few. Yeah, this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest one.
Yeah.
I trust him to do so.
The stress level when doing that, no funny, yeah.
I was Kelvin's first few booked and paid appointment. So what he did for me was a girl holding balloons on the side. So back then I thought it was okay. Now Kelvin doesn't want to look at it. From the first tattoo that Kelvin did for me, at least one tattoo a year. I can really see his progression from where he was as an apprentice all the way to a owner of his shop now. So his styles have changed, the way that he tattoos have changed.
My newest apprentice will be my wife, Jerene. It's going to be a really tough apprenticeship that I foresee because, you know, she's my wife. And there's a lot of things that I can't really ask her to do. Like, I can't ask her to wash my car. I can't ask her to wash the toilet, for example. I see a future in her in this industry because she can really draw. Like one of my favorite portraits is here.
Getting into the tattoo industry, it seems like a very natural thing for me to do. Even my parents would have expected it already. Since I'm already interested in drawing, I've been drawing since a young age. I've always joked with Kelvin, like someday I want to be better than him in shorter amount of time. So that is something I'll be working towards because we are really competitive and that's how we both improve. It wasn't an exactly easy decision to quit teaching because of commitments and things like that. But it's also a huge relief because it's a break from this very regimental lifestyle. When I just started doing watercolor, I was really terrible at it. When I started painting people, everybody was just one tone, everybody was just brown. So I started painting day, night, night, day, at least one drawing a day. And then I dramatically improved within 3 months. So this is what I hope I can achieve from tattooing. So now my weakness is lines, so I'll be practicing a lot more on lines. Hopefully I will be able to achieve what I achieved with watercolor painting.
My daughter loves drawing from young. I think she got the genes from me. So I'm trying to influence her into drawing tattoo designs, trying to teach her the culture and the history about tattoo. She showed some interest in picking up the craft. Yeah, so recently I got her into trying on into fake skin. Hopefully eventually she'll like what I teach her and embrace it. She was so lucky to get one of my friends who was from Philippines, and he's a tattoo artist himself, who volunteered to let her do her first tattoo on human skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Slow and steady. Yeah.
Like how you do on paper.
Yeah, just like how you practice on the skin. Slow and steady.
Yeah. You see
Yeah.
the needle, put it on the.
Just follow like what you do on the hand.
Yeah.
Follow,
Just
follow,
like.
follow, follow, follow like what you do on the
Oh.
hand.
Yeah.
，OK，那可以自由发挥了。
Yes, correct. It's good. It's not an easy apprenticeship as tattooing involves a lot of patience, skills, and you can't make any wrong move on it. That's why I'm pretty strict on what I teach them. Most of them can't take the pressure.
To make it as a tattoo artist, I feel that one need to be constantly updated with what it's the style that's ongoing around the world, not just in Singapore.
Especially Instagram, Facebook has so much impact on the industry. Yeah. Then now it's so important to be Insta famous, they say. It helps a lot with everybody's work that you can see that people are capable of these days. The more you see, the more fired up you get.
Also, the more depressed you get.
No lah, cannot take it negatively.
No lah, kidding.
Tattooing has become so advanced already, and there is so many tattoo artists out there. But how are you going to make yourself shine and be above the other guys out there?
The process, the grind, the shit, the difficulty is the journey. You have to love that process of being knocked down and just coming back up.
You need to love being in it. You just need to love everything about tattooing.
For my era, I'm using IRC to promote. You know what's IRC? And I have to use a dial-up modem. Yeah, I think it's 512 dial-up modem.
He last time always post on forum,
Yeah, forum.
like
BME.
internet forums.
Yeah,
Where there wasn't. Then last time only got magazine to look at.
yeah.
To, like you can get updated with all your idols' work once a month.
Correct.